Howdy do. I am Charles Daring. This is Maker's Mashup. Tonight's featured guest is Trevor Carter out of Canada. We'll all talk more specifics when we get there. I finally learned how to keep YouTube from starting after we start this. You know how I'm usually starting the show, having to get over there and mute it so I don't get interrupted. And me, Lee, and Russ, they won't admit it, all have that same problem. And but Trevor Carter said just hit stop when you first come in. Okay, that made too much sense. Is it going live on YouTube? Does anybody
Yes,
know?
you're live.
Okay, good deal. I am live. Yeah, nobody likes a dead host. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, Trevor Carter's out of Canada, but we'll get all the specifics when we get to him. I'm going to go from left to right. On my screen, it's Al Forte, Chris Ahern, Donna Presley, Jamie Page, Carl Taylor, Lee Knighton, Michael Murray, my co-host Russ Clarity, and Trevor Carter. And there's no logo for anybody to be hidden behind. Anyway, I cannot see the chat because I cannot multitask. I only have 2 brain cells. So we're going to start with Al Forte. Tell everybody where they can find you and all that fancy stuff. Please, sir. Thank you.
Got to unmute myself, I guess. Al Forte, Odessa Woodworking on YouTube, and Odessa Woodworking on Facebook. Just for fun, guys. This is awesome. Thank you for having.
Thank you for asking. Russ, make sure everybody stays on topic in the chat. I know that's a chore in itself. I'm kidding. I'm kidding with the people in the chat.
Yeah, right.
I've never seen a chat stay on topic. But anyway, love ya. That was a joke. Chris Ahern, Old Cranky Workshop.
Hey gang, Chris Ahern. Yeah. I got Charles with you. I can't talk. Chris Ahern at the Old Cranky Workshop. Find me on Facebook and YouTube. And recently you got a new video out. So go look at it, like it, share it, subscribe, pass the word. I want the numbers. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Yeah, Chris is taking a trip to the dark side on his latest video. And
Dark side?
You filmed it. I mean, you talking about a bank job and
that dark side.
Didn't even I
thought you were talking CNC dark side. Like that.
Well, some people refer to the spiral blade on a scroll saw as the dark side, so it just depends on who you are. But yeah, that was a good video. I neglected to comment on it, but that was an entertaining video. And Chris admitted it live on or recorded himself doing the bank job, so he's not gonna.
I'm going to build me one of those phones. That is just so cool.
I love that phone. Yeah, Chris, I would highly encourage you or ask you to please make plans for that because I can't build nothing without plans. Just saying.
I was shooting from the hip when I built that. So
now, when you did that earpiece and the mouthpiece, was that done on a lathe? I don't remember.
Yes.
Dang it.
Watch the video. It's in the video.
Yeah, I know. I've seen the video. It's just been a while. I haven't touched my lathe in forever, but I guess that's even an excuse.
I'll see what I can do up with plans, but I'm not a plans guy. I just shoot from the hip when I make it.
And your website is oldcrankyworkshop.com?
No, it's just Facebook, Old Cranky Workshop, and then the YouTube page. I don't have a website.
See, I've been friends with you long enough. I should have known that. But
that's all right. Website means a business. I don't want to run a business yet. I'm not retired yet.
I want to, but I'm just not mature enough. Don't want anybody to say a word to your band. Okay. Donna Presley. Thank you, Chris.
Hello, Donna Presley. Find me on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Donna's with an Art. Thanks for having me, Charles.
Thank you. All right, and everybody's favorite fella from across the pond spamming all over his own picture. Makers International podcast. And JP Woodwork, Jamie Page. Please introduce yourself to everybody. For the 3 that don't know who you are.
For the 3 that don't know, how you doing, everybody? I think you just did a good job of that, doing it for me, Charles. But as Charles just said, I'm Jamie. I'm from JP Woodwork on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, and Makers International podcast, and that is about it.
All right, then. Thank you very much for being here. I don't know what just happened.
That guy's not from the U.S., is he?
No, he's not. He's from way over there.
I'm good old Australia.
Well, no, he sounds like Kermit the Frog. I tell you what, by God, we love you, Jamie, by God. God bless America. I think that's why the hell we get along so well. Yes, I said hell because I'm in a bad mood because my window unit broke. I'm hot, and I'm staying here for y'all. I could have canceled the show, but I love you. Okay? Yeah.
He lies.
I tolerate you. Thank you, Jamie.
You're welcome.
I'm going to move on over to Mr. Carl Taylor. He calls me Bear Butt since I shaved. He used to call me Stash. I shaved off the long crap, and now he calls me Bear Butt. And he doesn't mean like B-A-R-E. He means B-E-A-R. I finally figured that out. But I'm not going to be able to stop him, so I just wanted to explain it when he does it. Hello, Carl.
Well, I'm glad you explained it before I did.
Uh-huh.
Hey, I'm Carl, just northeast of Atlanta. You can find me on YouTube and have a website. YouTube is Scroll Saw and Woodworking Videos, and I'm just now starting a new playlist on how to do SketchUp the easy way.
Awesome.
So I have approximately 40 to 50 videos planned for that.
Googly muggly.
Yeah, I'm not going to do everything at one time. I'm doing one little section at a time, so it'll be easy learning, hopefully.
Yeah, I was going to say the best test, if I can figure out how to use it from your videos, then that means it's working, because I suck at learning. And that sounds like I'm dogging myself. It's just the dead honest truth. I don't comprehend things well. And I know that's opening for jokes, but I'm dead serious. Anyway, were you done, Carl, or did I?
No, I encourage you to not only subscribe to my channel, but everybody else that has a channel that's on the panel, and anybody else that does any woodworking or whatever you like to be involved in. My Dremel series is coming close to an end. I have approximately 15 more videos planned on the Dremel and rotary tool series, so that's been a pretty big success for me. So appreciate you watching, and thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. I will say, until I met you, I did not realize the importance or the many uses of, and I'm not trying to be funny, of a Dremel or rotary tool. But it's not, I mean, I've never seen somebody so bloody obsessed with them. But now I know why, because of all the things you can do with them.
Yeah, I have approximately 24 different Dremels or rotary tools, and approximately 15 of them are dedicated to certain, like drill press and router table and whatever.
All righty then. Well, thank you for being on, and good luck with your series coming up. Everybody check that out. And he also has a Facebook page called Scrollers on YouTube.
That's right.
And, all right, thank you very much, Carl. Next we have Lee Knighton. He is one half of Scroller's Choice magazine, or a little more than half. I don't know.
I think he's
a little more than half. No.
I think he's only ahead because that's all I can see.
That's all you can see.
Yeah.
No, he's just
messing with me.
Yeah, we love each other.
Carl said, my name is Lee Knighton. I do run Scroller's Choice magazine. If you guys haven't already been over to the website to check out the magazine, the address for the magazine is conveniently located below my head.
Conveniently located.
Where it says Scroller's Choice. Right there, it says scrollerchoicemag.wixsite.com/home. Go there, check it out. We have yearly print in PDF, yearly PDF subscriptions and yearly print subscriptions. Sorry, and in the print outside the U.S. PDF. Go over there and check them out. You can order them individually as well, the whole year, and then website address to the right is the address for the Northeastern Ohio Scrollers, which is my Scroll Saw Club. Hosting a picnic /trade show next year in May. It's going to be a Scroll Saw Woodworking Expo. The website right there is neosclub.wixsite.com/home. Go there. On the first page, you'll see all the info for it. All the classes are up there as of this week, so you can start registering if you so choose. I know it's a long way away, but you can. All the classes are there, so check it out. Thanks, Charlie.
Oh, is he done? I'm just kidding, Lee. Sorry. I gave him the segue by saying he's one half of Scroller's Choice. John Cousins helps out. John P.A. Cousins out of Canada. But that wasn't my place to say. Sorry, Lee, and thank you for being on, Mr. Miter Mike Murray.
What's happening, Charles? My name is Michael Murray. I am Miter Mike's Woodshop on all social medias.
All right, then. Well, that went too quick. I was trying to multitask, and you screwed it up. Thank you, Mike. Now my ever so lovely, somewhat tolerable Russell Clarity out of Mulberry, Florida.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, there's a couple of people out there that said they can't see the video. They can hear it, but they can't see it. But
Oh, crap.
it's not our fault on our end because I just picked up my phone and hit YouTube and went straight to your channel, and I was watching it sitting there, and I'm watching over on this computer here. So
I've got to be honest, I can see it perfectly fine as well.
yeah, so it's got to be their browser. If you're using Internet Explorer, change over to Chrome. Try that. But anyway, but yes, you can find me. Just type in Simply Wooden Creations in a Google search, and I'll pop up. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and I have my website, simplywoodencreations.com, and I'm also on YouTube. But Simply Wooden Creations into Google, and you'll find me.
Hey, Russ, if you don't mind, please talk a little longer before I introduce Trevor.
Yeah, go ahead.
Very important.
We got DF Crafting, Mark Lindsay, Jim Bashirs, Lee Knighton. Get out of the damn chat. Trevor Carter's out there in the chat. You don't need to be in there either. Steve French, Ron Norris, they're all out in the chat, chatting away out there. So they're having a good time. I'm going to run back up and see who else. Katie Dotson's out there. Cheryl Darbani. Cheryl Darbani. Florence Leedy.
Sterling's out there.
Yeah, Sterling Davis. I just got to him. He's out there. He's been commenting. So we got, Paul's Messy Workshop. He's out there, Paul. So we got, we're loaded up over here. We got quite a few people out in the chat, and they're all, and don't forget to give a thumbs up before you leave us tonight or right now while you're at it. If we've got 30 people out there, we only got 15 thumbs up. So there's 15 of you out there that's slacking.
Well, no, the haters are active. No, I appreciate everybody out there watching, and I'm, even as we speak, more and more people are getting banned from, where. I'm gonna say it.
Oh, the place.
The place. I shouldn't say it, should I?
No.
I mean, my God.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes the best thing to do is just ignore it.
Yeah. I mean, I can handle the thumbs down crap, but the other crap, friends of mine are getting banned, and that's why I'm upset.
Yeah, but
that's for bringing friends with me.
It's one stupid little Facebook group.
Butt monkey.
Yeah, it's one little stupid Facebook group. That's, one person, one bad apple can ruin the whole bunch.
Absolutely. No, I'm not losing sleep over it. It just bothers me that people that are quote unquote loyal to me are being treated like crap. And I'm sorry, and I know y'all know it's not my fault, but I'm sorry for those that are being banned for being a friend of mine. Yeah.
I'm kind of with the intention of being banned.
Yeah, he's one of my undercover ops. Well, until he sees this show. Yeah, sorry. That's why I'm not a detective.
You just lost him.
Oh yeah. So back on topic. Thank you, Russ. Oh my God.
Oh, and by the way, you're locked on me.
I know. I just unlocked because I was still talking to you. Okay, so I'm sorry for going off topic, folks. And no, I'm not obsessed with it. It just bothers me. This guy won't let it go, and he's the one that started the drama. But anyway, we're gonna go over to Mr. Trevor Carter. Tell everybody where you is and all about you, and then we'll get to showing all your stuff, and I will present you. I am not hearing anything.
You're muted. You did not unmute yourself.
I hit the wrong button.
I hate it when that happens.
They put another one right beside it. Why would they do that?
I don't know.
Yeah. My name is Trevor Carter. You can find me at Trevor's Woodshop. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all the fun stuff like that. Yeah, I'm pretty much everywhere.
Where exactly in Canada are you?
I am in New Brunswick, Canada.
All right. And sorry for my multitasking.
I'm sorry. This is just too funny. I can't pass it up.
Go ahead.
Old Cranky Woodshop. You know who that is. But
yeah.
I wouldn't belong to a group that wouldn't have me as a member.
You wouldn't belong to a group that wouldn't what?
Have you as a member? Have me as a member?
I didn't even know I was banned until it was brought to my attention. It's funny
No,
because
you
he
don't
said,
understand what he said.
sorry, Trevor.
Chris
Oh no.
said, I wouldn't belong to a group that wouldn't have me as a member.
Well, that
Oh,
would
yeah,
have-
I know. Yeah, that made too much sense.
Yeah.
But I'll get back to you, Trevor. I'm so sorry for the lack of professionalism.
Sorry. That was
No, it's just what's sad and funny to me, and I'm going to talk about it because we're all friends here, including the viewers. I mean, we talk a lot, and some people say, just let it go. I don't let things go easily. But anyway, the guy is at first started saying, I don't want designers mentioned that aren't in this group. Well, I was in your freaking group till you banned me, butt nugget. Anyway, but now friends of mine are getting banned just because they're associated with me, and that burns my la. So back to you, Trevor.
I would just like to say one more thing. He
Go
was
ahead.
the very first person that I banned from Steve's forum.
Yep.
Yeah, he was the very first person. So
He
that
has a history of maturity.
yeah, I was Steve's forum moderator. I still am, but I ran his forum for 12 or 13 years before he retired, and he was the very first person. I never will forget him that I banned. So.
Yes, I have you presented, Trevor. Me, it's funny. Not everybody knows this. Me and Russ are what you call it, moderators on Steve Good's forum, but I don't post there a lot, and that's on me. But still getting messages on Facebook, but I cannot do anything about that. Sorry to whoever's writing me. Sorry, Trevor, for the lack of professionalism. Back to you. Okay, you're located in New Brunswick, Canada, and when you're not working constantly, how in the heck do you find time to do stuff? God, you've tried CNC. I think you've even just go through the list of all the stuff you've tried to do, or not tried. That sounded low. You know what I mean?
No. That's pretty much what I do. Actually, is just try different stuff. I start with, like everybody else, I start with absolutely nothing, and I just kind of see what it is I can make with it. You never know what's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
I mostly 99.98% of the time I just work with pine, just cheap stuff. And I just started doing a little bit of scroll saw stuff here and there a few years ago, along with different coffee tables, end tables, anything that I can incorporate any type of scroll saw work into, or any type of work into ink transfers, any of that kind of stuff. Anything to kind of make it something different that nobody else has kind of gotten around here. And I threw it up on a Facebook page, and things just kind of started to sell. So,
well, I've seen you do it with tables and I think benches even, and I kept waiting. Please, Trevor, come out with plans because I'm an idiot. If you ask my mom, she's supposed to say I'm handsome and special, but
I'm pretty much identical to Chris. I mean, I just totally shoot from the hip on almost everything. There's nothing that's really ever planned. I mean, somebody was asking me in the chat earlier about one of my bear pictures that I've got. I don't know if they can see that behind me or not. It's probably a little bit dark, but it's
slightly dark. Yeah.
I have a picture of that. I'll show you a little bit later. But I mean, that's just 2 or 3 different patterns that I kind of seen that I did like. Kind of altered them a little bit, played with them some, got things set up, and then all I did was cut them out and put them on my own fancy backboard with the, just kind of try different things until I finally got a whole bunch of things balled into one that really caught my eye, that made me like it. So,
and it may be lack of confidence on my part regarding tables and benches and stuff, but having not been seasoned, for lack of a better word, at building things, I have to have plans to go by. That's why way back when, because I used to know you as the guy in Canada that scrolls, and now you've branched out, done so many things, and I'm envious of those. All I recall right offhand is the tables and the benches, and I think a chair or two. But
as far as the tables and stuff go, I think what I started with was the Anna White plans that she used to put on her website. And what I did after that, instead of putting like the farm style table or whatever across the top with the barn boards, I used to go in and get myself a 2-foot by 4-foot sheet of plywood, and I would cut whatever it is that I wanted out on top of that, and then I would just lay it down and use that coffee table as a backboard. And you could either fill it in with epoxy or a sheet of plexiglass or something over top, kind of frame it in to fancy it up a little bit. Like I said, it's all just little things. I mean, I take a little bit from you, Charles. I take a little bit from Russ. I can take a little bit from Jamie, Donna, and then I just kind of, I roll it all into one and make my own thing.
whatever you've taken from Jamie, I advise giving it back. It could hurt you. I'm just kidding. Love you, Jamie.
It's too costly to ship back.
They don't take too much from me. I don't have enough as it is.
That's what I love about we all are so close on these hangouts, especially when we're not on the air. But how long ago did you start making? I say making in quotes because you may not have started with scroll sawing. That's just how when I met you, you were scrolling.
As far as scrolling goes, probably 4, maybe 5-ish years ago. But I more or less started out hand carving. I used to just take the old hammer and chisel, and I had a great uncle that was like phenomenally good at it, and he's the one that kind of got me started into it at 14, 15 years old. And him and I used to kind of do that together, and then it was me, him, and my dad, and then I kind of branched off. I turned 16, of course. Once you get your license, you're out, right? And I kind of got away from it for the longest time, and then I hurt my back pretty bad at work, and it just kind of, that was my therapy. That was the thing, woodworking and scrolling and, all that fun stuff. I mean, while you're out there doing that, you don't care about anything else. What you're doing at the time is what you're paying attention to.
It really is therapeutic, because I remember when you had that back injury, but I mean, okay, I'm not going to apologize because everybody says, you say sorry too much. The show's not about me, but I have very much found even pattern designing to be therapeutic. People wonder why I don't adhere the paper to the wood to cut it out, because just tracing the pattern onto the wood is therapeutic. Just keeping the mind busy helps mental things as well as physical, because a lot of pain is because you're focused on it. Back to you, sir. I had a question, but I interrupted myself and forgot it. So just keep talking. Okay. Now, if you had to pick, and I know you haven't gone through the list yet, but if you had to pick, what is your passion most often? Or is it kind of a timeline like you're probably into CNCs now? No,
I'm totally into the CNC stuff, that's for sure. But I think if I had to sit down and actually be able to go to one, it's 100% my scroll saw. It's one of those things where it's like learning how to walk, or writing with your left or your right hand. It's the first thing that you're going to grab the pencil in, and that there's what the scroll saw is to me. It's the first thing that I would ever go to for anything. I mean, there's been a few different projects that I've done on the CNC, and I've said to myself, okay, well, I mean, I can do it here, but I could have been done 20 minutes ago if I had done it, Yeah. But at the same time, while I'm sitting back doing absolutely nothing, and that machine is just kind of singing along, it is kind of nice that I can go over and be doing something else.
That's true.
I don't use it as it's the only tool in my shop. I'm going to be using the CNC as a second, if not a third person in my shop all the time.
Or maybe an accessory to a. I'm trying to remember who it was that used to combine CNC work with scroll saw work. I knew his name till right when I started to say it, so I'm just going to go back to you. But when did you start the CNC? Because until I saw Dave Gatton's final show, I didn't even know you had a CNC. So that's how well we keep in touch.
Yeah, well, a lot of people really didn't. I didn't have a whole lot of it posted or anything on Facebook, because I'm the type of person that when I'm building something where I don't know a whole lot about it until I get it together, I didn't want to be putting pictures and all that stuff out there, and then come to find out I'm totally wrong, and then end up leading somebody in the wrong direction. So what I kind of did was I just kind of, I stayed within my small self, and I just kind of put everything together and stayed within a few friends and got it all straightened out, get everything running. And that was, I don't know, I probably started it early spring, I guess. I mean, it took me a little bit longer than most people due to the fact that, a lot of the parts are coming out of the U.S., coming to Canada. It took a little while longer. Had to save up a little bit, but I mean, at the same time, that was the best part about the Gatton deal. It was, you buy your kit, and then every other part after that was as you get the money. So, I mean, it was more or less, it felt like I was making payments on it until I was good to go. So, I mean,
yeah,
it just kind of, it worked out, and it didn't seem like it was a huge thing coming out of my pocket all at once.
I watched Dave Gatton's show, and he said why, but I was multitasking doing patterns. He said why he was no longer doing the show. I think he wanted to focus on more individual things.
Yep.
But still be in the community. He was saying, I'm not stopping CNC. I'm not stopping this. He's not disappearing. Dave Gatton's a great guy. I mean, he has that same sarcasm level with love with all of us. Because when I mentioned you were going to be on the show, he said, "Trevor, who?"
Yeah,
so I said, "Well, he was on your final show."
Dave
So I know
definitely
it.
has some sarcasm to him. Dave's an awesome fellow.
Just a little bit, and he loves the Florida Gators. That's why he made his CNC orange. And that was for us.
I know he loves the Florida Gators.
Yeah, yeah. I noticed on your video, Russ, on your the Skull Challenge that that you had a Florida Gator sticker on your CNC. I wanted to say something, I forgot to. And real quickly, outside of your passion of making, you're also a drone nut, or has that faded?
No, definitely not. I've actually got, I don't know, probably 30, 40 minutes worth of video actually loaded onto it right now.
Wow.
that I've got to be able to get off and onto the computer. I'm hoping maybe tonight I might be able to throw something together and just chuck something up onto my Facebook. It's not something that I do for YouTube. It's just something that I kind of do for my own little.
Yeah, you definitely have a passion for it when we last talked about it.
Yeah, it's a ton of fun. It's one of those things where once you get that controller in your hand, it's very hard to put it down.
For me, it was easy to put down because 5 minutes it ran to the wall. I can't keep the thing level, much less going anywhere. But does anybody on the panel or the I imagine if the chat had a question, you would interrupt me and ask me or tell it, or Russ. But does anybody on the panel have a question for Trevor before we head on?
You like spiral blades or flat blades?
I am 100% flat blade type of guy.
Poop.
Yeah.
Et tu, Trevor?
And I think the reason why is because when I did get started, the one that came in the package was a flat blade, and that was the very first one that I ever popped in there, and it lasted for the longest time. And obviously, it's just the cheapest thing that's ever going to come in the box, right? But
Dave Gatton just spoke up and said, Russ Clarity voided his warranty when he put those Gator stickers on.
Trevor, I got a question for you.
Sure.
What style of pattern do you like doing the best?
I'm more into doing anything nature related. The bears, deer scenery, the wolf picture that Donna's got in her profile right now. All that kind of stuff is what I love to do.
Is that what you meant, Carl? Theme? Or
Yeah,
you mean like
theme
inversion
or
versus
style.
okay.
Or, some people like doing scroll saw projects that they can get finished in 30 minutes. Some people like doing patterns that takes them 30 days.
Yeah, that would be me. I'm always trying to outdo myself, and I tend to do themes that I like until somebody requests a certain theme.
For a good portion of my scroll saw, starting was when people started asking me to do stuff for them, and then of course it kind of started into a little bit of a business thing, and it was more or less whatever it is that they wanted me to do, portraits or a lot of them bear signs and stuff that are behind me, like I've done 2 or 3 of those, I've sold those, and then by doing stuff for everybody else, I kind of learned what it is that I really like to do, and that there's more or less what I do for myself now. It's mostly the nature stuff.
Sterling Davis wants to know, do you use pallet wood?
I'm guessing he wants to know for the pallet challenge, right?
Oh, there's a pallet challenge?
Well, there used to be. I don't know if it's still got that going.
There still is. There's some weird Santa Claus looking dude running it now.
Yeah, no, I definitely like to use pallet wood, any type of wood. But it's just for me, normally pine is readily available. But as far as pallets go, where I work, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of those things are readily available. So when it comes to the pallet challenge, I should be there.
And I hear all these people talking about these exotic wood pallets. Every pallet I've ever had was crap wood, like stuff at the bottom of the barrel, so to speak. I'm thinking, how do these people get all this exotic wood pallets, dagnabbit?
Yeah, it's very rare that we get anything with anything fancy or anything on it. It's always like a spruce or, but I mean, there's what I'm used to working with anyway, so.
Spruce is kind of the pine of the U.S., isn't it? Because pine is pretty much the bottom of the totem pole. Matter of fact, this is totally off topic. People always talk about the bottom of the totem pole. The bottom of the totem pole is actually the most regarded point of the totem pole. I always thought it was the top, whatever. I just a small piece of trivia. So back on topic. Palette. By the way, that profile picture, you probably couldn't see it really well that Russ had up. Steve Good did on his new little program thing, but we'll show that after we're done fiddling with Trevor.
It turned out really well. I was really excited when he sent that to me and I saw it. So
yeah, I definitely want to show that after a while. But Trevor, why'd you make me forget what I was saying?
I did. I did that on purpose. I'm sorry.
Go on, Ross.
I said, Mark Lindsay said imported pallets are where you find the strange species. Yeah, but where the heck do you even find? I mean, I have went through tons and tons of pallets, and in my lifetime, and I have yet to find one with anything other than crap
wood.
Yeah, I mean, I have never seen mahogany. I've never seen walnut. I've never seen anything other than the typical crap that we find. You know.
What was that people used to say was very prominent for floors, had Purple Heart? Was that shipping containers? One of us talked about that at some point. But anyway, real quickly, Jimmy said he was going to say something.
Yeah, I've actually got a question for Trevor. I know that recently you had to do a favour for Alan the woodworking junkie. And you had to cut out 102 little Batman symbols because the CNC wouldn't do it.
Yeah. Oh no, it definitely would have done it if I wanted to.
If you wanted to. How long did it actually take you to cut out 102 Batman symbols on the scroll saw?
On the scroll saw, probably. I don't know. I think I had probably half an hour, 40 minutes, maybe into it.
Yep. Wow.
Not that long then.
I'd be really burned out on Batman right about then.
I pretty much was.
Tell Alan to suck it up and get on a scroll saw, dagnabbit, and don't use your hockey stick.
He's got 2 scroll saws, although he beat one of them up with a hockey stick.
Yeah, we need to go hunt
that
down Alan.
That happens in Canada once in a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just because they don't know how to use them.
Alan needs to respect the scroll saw. We got to convert that guy. If he ever do, we definitely got a mission.
Come over here come to Florida, go to Orlando, and he might already be in. I think Alan is in America, ain't he?
No, he's
he's in Canada.
Okay, well, come here.
The same place as Justin Bieber, may I add.
Florida, go to Atlanta, go to Atlanta Rocklear, and I'll show you how to use a scroll saw.
Did you say Rocklear? They're your sponsor, man.
I said Rocklear. What's your problem?
It's Rocklear.
I don't give a flip what you say.
And that was the day I got kicked off of Russ's show. So here I am losing. Yeah, Alan just needs to embrace the scroll saw and stop abusing them. But
change his name to the scroll saw junkie.
Yeah, but not a real junkie. Trevor, do you have anything you can show us physically and or pictures?
I do, actually.
I will hide the participants. So number 1, you don't have to see them. Number 2, the people, all 3 people watching at home can see. Oh,
we'll start with one here.
Johnny Cash,
one of my all-time favorite country singers, I guess. And of course, that there is a Charles steering pattern.
Don't say that in that group; you'll get banned.
I'll be right there. Just let them know.
Good job.
Let's see. Second one that I have is I took a photo of my little guy when he was, sorry, getting a little bit of a light, when he was about, say about 1.5 years, almost 2 years old, and I printed it off in black and white, made a fancy little box to put the puzzle itself that I cut the picture out on.
Oh, that is too cool. And for those that don't know, how did you transfer the picture to the wood?
What I ended up doing was actually taking the picture and using spray adhesive to put right directly to the wood itself. Both sides, I put spray adhesive on the wood, and I put spray adhesive on the picture.
Okay.
And with the type of spray adhesive that I had, it made a permanent bond. So
that's good, because I know some people have some kind of unique Mod Podge, or there's all kinds of different ways, I guess.
There's a bunch of different ways. Yep.
Real quick, scrolling or crosscut creations, and I don't want this to pass because this is kind of good. Is scrolling hardwood difficult? I've only ever scrolled soft pine. The 3/4 stuff took forever. And then you're using the wrong blades. I can tell you that right off the bat.
Or dull blades.
Yeah, or dull blades. Go get some Flying Dutchman blades. And what do you use, Trevor?
I usually use Pegasus blades.
Pegasus, yeah, Pegasus. Yep. I'm supposed to have some coming, so I'll be able to try them because my new sponsors carries them. But yeah, your Flying Dutchman blades will cut through 3/4 inch hardwood without any problems. So
I'm about to
Pegasus
say
do
they
the same, but I do find that the Pegasus is a little bit screechy when it's going through. I don't know if it's just because my blade is a little bit smaller than it probably needs to be, but I find it kind of screeches. It squeals a little bit. It makes a little bit more noise than, say, the much cheaper blade that I was using before that.
You need to go to Spiral.
Can I just say I got I actually used Pegasus as well, and that was actually a recommendation from Trevor.
Mhm.
And I cut through this piece of driftwood.
I need to show that.
Pegasus.
Mhm.
I need. Okay, I don't
Yeah,
have you show.
That's a good size.
I was going to say he'll just have to show it after we get through.
Yeah. All right. That's not
Hey,
right.
I got an off the wall question for Trevor.
Sure.
When you order your blades, being from Canada, do you have to order it in metric?
Nope.
Just wondering.
What is just
Because if that was the case, I wouldn't have a clue what it is I was ordering.
in Canada? Do they go by Celsius or Fahrenheit?
Celsius.
What do you know the conversion of what the average temperature is there right now?
About 30. So
what-
Fahrenheit would be probably 99-ish.
Okay, so you're doing about the same crap I am.
Except for I got an air conditioner.
Yeah, I had one.
Rub it in, Trevor.
Sorry, somebody had to. I figured you were going to
Well,
jump in.
no, everybody else was rubbing it before we went live, so might as well be fair here. Okay, you were showing things, and we got a little off track, but stuff happens.
Speaking of the dark side, and I had to.
Of course. Oh wow.
That is a little scroll saw, or not a scroll saw. That there was a Gat and CNC project that I did on my CNC. As of yesterday.
Oh, I thought that.
Yes.
I thought that was an Oreo cookie.
It is. You could almost do. It's
I'm
an
so
inch and an eighth thick red oak.
I've got that pattern myself, and I want to try to cut it. So
That is awesome.
Now,
That is
did you
freaking
get
awesome.
did you get that DXF file for that? Is that how you?
I did. Yes.
No. Okay, that's
Yeah.
what I have. Do you?
I didn't change a thing. All I did was leave it. The only thing I did was change my size that
you
I
just
wanted to
changed
do.
your size, put it in there, and then had it run the tool pattern, and boom.
Yep. 0.08, I do believe, is what it is. Yeah.
0.08.
0.08.
That's for you dark side people. Speaking of dark side, that was Star Wars. That kind of worked out.
Yeah, there's why I went that way, of course.
CNC's not woodwork.
Yeah, Jerry Brown actually pointed me toward the where to find the DXF file.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. I think that's the end of your in-person presentation.
That is pretty much everything else is either hanging on my wall or it's been sold long before I even had a chance to even finish making it.
All right. He's gonna do the screen share thing now, so I'll babble a little bit. I talked about how Carl Taylor had scrollers on YouTube. Me and Russ Clarity have a Shop Talk-info page. Shop Talk Shows-info page. Lee Nyden has Makers Scrollers Chat. Sorry. And Lee Nyden also has a show on Monday nights. Every now and then it's on a Tuesday, but 8:30 p.m. Eastern, unless I'm mistaken, on Monday nights.
Yes, Monday night, Charlie.
Alrighty. Do you have a show coming up this coming Monday?
Yeah, it's either going to be Monday or Tuesday. It was Tuesday this week because I had to repair the car, but we're done with that now.
Understood. Right now, all I see, I don't know, I can't speak for anybody else. Trevor, all I see is your logo. So whatever you, let me.
Okay. All I'm seeing right now is the old tunnel vision with about 1,000.
You need to click on whatever you're going to show at this point.
Yeah.
Don't click the thing off. Don't click that off. You can push it down to the bottom, but click on whatever you want to show.
I'm going to unpresent and go back to presenting because it seems to be on my end. Because I won't be able to ask or tell about what he's showing until.
There we go. I don't know if you guys can see that or not.
Now I'm back to him. Okay, I see a carved, looks to be a cougar.
Yeah. Remember earlier when I was saying that I had started when I was 14, 15-ish. This is what I did.
By hand?
Yeah.
Wow.
Lord, something wrong with you, boy. That's excellent. That's patience.
That took right around 60 hours to do that one. This one here was number 2. I don't know. Let me know when you guys can see that one.
That would be a ram of some sort. I can't quite make out what it says at the bottom, but it looks to be a ram.
I just kind of matched it up with the other one. One said Cougar Country and the other one said Ram Country.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Very nice.
I've got my, this was done pretty much all on my scroll saw, my logo.
Awesome. That is beautiful. How big is that?
That one there's right around 18 inches wide.
I think you made that shortly after we met or started talking. We've never
Yep.
physically met.
Yep.
That is gorgeous.
And let's see, I'm just gonna kind of randomly throw them out there. Here's one of the bear pictures that I did.
Grizzly Creek. Very nice. Do you ever design scroll saw pattern?
I have the Coyote stencil shop as far as to do, you know, the odd picture or whatever. It's more or less enough to get you started, and you just kind of tweak it from there.
10-4.
The only real problem with it is if you did a pattern and you wanted to share it with somebody, then you really can't because of the type of program that it is. This is the one that's hanging behind me downstairs here.
Understood.
That's
Very
incredible.
nice.
I actually did that one, I do believe, in a YouTube video.
Yeah.
Oh, did you ever give your channel name?
I put it out in the chat. It's just Trevor Carter in it.
I thought it was like Trevor Carter's workshop or wood shop or something along those lines.
Trevor's Woodshop, yeah.
See how well I keep up.
This year, a friend of mine from work wanted me to do a chessboard for him, so.
Very nice.
And the word checkmate and the chess pieces were a ink transfer through a LaserJet printer.
Awesome. I finally got a laser printer.
I tend to use that method an awful lot. It works really, really, really well. I would love to be able to show you this mallet in person, but my good old buddy Alan Robertson's got this at his place in Ontario, Canada.
As y'all know, everybody in Canada knows each other. I'm just kidding. That was I remember that video. That's been a long time, but wasn't it relatively heavy?
Very heavy, yeah. It worked really well.
Awesome.
I don't even know if Alan uses it. I think it just kind of sits in a little holster behind him kind of thing.
Well, knowing it was made with a scroll saw, he probably hid it in his closet.
He probably hit the scroll saw with it.
Hit the scroll saw with it, yeah. Blamed it on a hockey stick.
Now, when you were talking benches earlier, this is the kind of benches that that Charles was talking about here.
Wow.
That's the kind that you can store stuff in it, right?
Yeah.
Can you zoom in on the back of that?
I don't know if I can or not. Let's see.
Oh, by God.
I should be able to.
Hopefully. Or it's kind of a ornate thingy. Okay,
Yeah,
I see a couple ribbons.
Yeah, what it is it's just an ink transfer. Once again, it's just a couple ribbons, and then it's I think it says Brad and Pauline, and then it says Soulmates in the middle.
That's awesome. Simple yet gorgeous. I love the contrast there too.
Right back to where I completely started on YouTube.
Ah, I remember that. Birdhouse.
Yeah, I remember that.
I remember that.
Had to have that logo on there.
And like I said, I've only got 10 or 12 that I just kind of picked out. These are some of the things where once, you know, I got started, I realized what it is that I was making. It was kind of a shooting from the hip kind of thing, just like Chris does. Little cat house. I did it log cabin style with the little roof, and they ended up wanting their name on it afterwards, so I ended up putting their cat's name and stuff on there for them to...
Can you zoom in on that poster on the door? I just caught that. No, you better not. You better not.
I was just going to say I can't...
After the show. Donna likes that kind of stuff. I was doing that for her. Sorry, Donna.
This here was I do believe another YouTube video, and it was it wound up being it was supposed to be done on a plasma cutter with metal, and I had took the pattern and kind of made it my own and put it on a big block of cherry.
Did you say you designed that pattern, or got a bunch of silhouettes and threw them together, kind of thing?
Yeah, it was more or less just a chunk of a whole bunch of different ones and kind of molded them together to the
very nice.
way that I wanted them to be, I guess.
That's one of those basic projects that looks like it took many hours.
Yeah, and it's so simple, and all you do is you paint your face of the board, and you leave the rest of it that light colored, and you can paint your face too if you want, Charles.
Yeah, I was gonna say paint your face, and you'll have fun doing what you're doing, I guess. Whatever floats your boat. But that is awesome. I love that.
And it kind of gives that little bit of a glow in the background, which
Yeah.
it looks really good sitting on a shelf.
Absolutely, paint your face.
And let's see here. Here's another quick example of the ink transfer method.
Oh wow!
I
And
mean,
you burn the edges. Wow, you got.
Considering it's International Beer Day, right? I had to. I'm sorry.
And I did not know that. I believe Donna Presley, the one that informed us of that. It's International Beer Day, so y'all drink up, but not enough to fall out of the chat.
I actually saw a question in the chat, and it was someone saying, "What's the beer like in Canada?"
I hate it.
The beer?
Yeah, I'm just joking. I love it.
Trevor, there's an equation for getting that round, or did you just turn that on a lathe?
No, what I ended up doing with that one was, I think it was 12.5 degrees, and they were, I believe, 1 inch wide slats. So all I did was I kind of thinned a bunch of pine down in little strips, and then I just ran them through the table saw at 12.5 degrees, and
Yeah, there's out there somewhere there's a formula that tells you what degree bevel to cut on those things. I think the burned edges are a nice touch. It kind of blends it all together.
yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's a real nice logo as well.
Thanks, Jamie. I think
I'm guessing Jamie had something to do with it.
Jamie had a lot to do with it. I ended up going through, the usual Fiverr or whatever it is they call themselves, and when I was done paying for it and I got everything all back, it looked okay, but I knew that it needed some, a little bit of a real person's work thrown into it at the same time that really knows me. I asked Jamie if he could give me a hand, and within 15 minutes he had it the way that I wanted it. So
But don't get on his bad side. He'll start putting you on a wrecking ball and dresses and all kinds of weird stuff. Not that I would know, but
I'm sure he's already got stuff planned for me anyway.
You were part of the original crew. You were
on the waiting list now.
This one here is a quick picture for the lathe guys. Anybody that does have a mini lathe, it doesn't always have to stay mini. You can make your own.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
very good idea.
Seems to work pretty good for for what it is. I mean, I believe it was supposed to be 12 inches to start with, and I think it winds up being like 34 by the time everything was already said and done with all that add-on. So.
And that's pretty solid?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
I mean, I wouldn't turn no 8-inch log or anything on it. But I mean, if it's something that you need to extend out a couple inches or something that's, fairly small, obviously a little bit bigger than that little piece that I had sitting on there, just to show you how, how it worked. But
yeah.
Hey, an 8-inch log would be a pretty cool video.
It would from the other side of the road.
Yeah.
What not to do?
And let's see, I got a couple more here. These are getting into the rocking horses that we were talking about earlier.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Very neat.
I'm telling you, you gotta produce plans for these things, and you probably get half rich off of it.
This was, once again, it was just I looked through Pinterest, I looked through all the other places and seen different pictures of different stuff, and I didn't have anything traced out, I didn't have anything planned. It was just whatever fit on that block of wood that I could draw is what happened.
Is that license plate a transfer?
It was. Sorry, I zoomed off too quick. But yes, I ended up going into the defont.com and I typed in license plate fonts or whatever the case was, and the young fellow that I was giving it to, his date of birth was in December. So the little, like with our license plates around here, we have a sticker on the far right hand corner that shows when it is you have to have it renewed every year, and that there's when I made his was for his date of birth.
That's awesome. We used to have stickers like that in the corner of our plates.
And of course, I've only got a couple more. Here's another one of those Deacon's benches, and this one is a little bit different transfer. I ended up using a T-shirt transfers to do the pictures of Elvis.
Cool.
I didn't know if they would work or not, but I figured, what the heck, I got to try it. It's just a piece of pine. And sure enough, you print off your pictures, you mirror your image, obviously, first, and you lay it down on there and you use the iron, and when you peel that paper off, that whole image stays right there. You can clear coat right over the whole thing. You can sand it. You can do whatever it is you need to do to smoothen it out. So,
well, thank you, Mama. I'm going to sit on my bench now.
So they're basically the iron-on transfers that you normally put for T-shirts.
Yep.
That's a good idea.
You got to have a really, really hot iron, though, to make it really stick good.
No, mine was just a cheap little Walmart deal, but I mean, I did let it warm up for a good, half hour before I really attempted it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's got to be really hot in order to make the transfer. I mean, because I tried it and ruined the first one. The second one, when I got a better iron and got it really, really hot, and then it worked.
And the smoother you have the wood, the better. I mean, I think I took this one down to 1,000 grit before I started with the stencil. You almost want the wood to be shiny.
Yep. Yeah, you do want to burnish the wood almost. Yeah.
Yeah. When you do the top of that, is that a mortise and tenon thing?
Nope, it's just a Craig jig thing.
Right.
Everything that I do is pretty much Craig jig stuff. It's quick, it's easy, it holds together nice. I love it.
Yep, if it works, why change it?
And it holds my big old butt. So I mean, if it holds me in it, it's guaranteed.
My philosophy is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
My God.
And of course, one here for Jamie, because I knew Jamie was going to be here.
Nice.
But what that basically is like I was saying earlier with the Anna White type of table, and I just put my two boards across it, and then I had my 2 foot by 4 foot sheet of oak and cut out my sign and paint it underneath and put it down on there, and away I go.
Very nice.
Nice.
Somebody said, is that a board game? I don't know if they were trying to be funny or not, but I like those colors. I know that's the colors of the flag, but those colors pop.
They do. They really do.
Yep. Really nice.
And I believe with this one, shortly after that picture, it ended up getting epoxy in there to be able to flatten it all out, so I didn't have to put the glass. So,
do you have any of the pictures of the tables with scroll saw work in them, or? I mean, I don't want you to have to go out of your way to locate them, but
tables,
like the tables where you make a recess for the scroll saw piece.
No, that's the way that I did them, Charles.
I knew that. Just seeing if you're paying attention.
There's no recess. He cut them out into the table.
Yep.
I mean,
as far as coffee and end tables go, there's basically what those other tables were supposed to look like before I put the scroll saw pattern on top.
That is too cool. See, that's one of those things that it has a modern yet rustic, simple. I really need to branch out. That's beautiful. What kind of wood is that on top?
Pine.
Is it just kind of a very light stain on there? Very light?
I believe that one is early American, and what I did was I took the sander over it in certain places just to kind of give it the whitewash in certain places and leave it darker in others. And
I love that look. That beautiful job.
Thank you. And I believe my last one, and I know I've taken a while already.
No, you're the dude of the show. I mean, so you can take all the time you need.
This one is probably my favorite ever.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Once again, I didn't have no plans or anything. It was just one of those things where I seen it in my head. I had my boss asking me to buy this thing for, his grandson for Christmas, and he gave me 3 weeks to do it. And, it was already like the 7th or 8th of December.
Hey, give me a raise. I'll give it to you tomorrow.
So I just kind of went with it, and there's what I wound up with. But it wound up being one of my favorites.
Hey, this is a serious question, Trevor. Can you take that off and actually wheel it, or no?
No, but my next one I definitely will.
I was going to say that too. Once it gets older, you can take off the rocker part.
I absolutely did not think of doing anything like that until, somebody else had said it to me, and I was like, you know what? Geez, I should have done that.
With real actual working pedals.
Yeah, either real pedals or even just to put the bearings and stuff in the wheels so that they can kind of push it around with their feet. You know, have it just set up on pins where you can pull 4 pins, pull the wheels off, or pull the whole bike itself off of the rocker and then roll it around. But my next one definitely will. It's almost been a tradition, really, for the past 2 or 3 years. My boss at work has been having almost like he's planned it. He's been having grandkids right around Christmas. And every year right around Christmas, he's been wanting me to build his either, a grandson or his new granddaughter a rocking horse for Christmas. And now he's got yet another one coming this year. And what he's asked me for this year is more of a Cinderella carriage type of, with the horses. So, yeah.
And you got to put all that on a rocker?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, tell them keep having kids. It's called job security, by God.
Sure.
Well, the timing was actually very good on this. We managed to introduce everybody, talk a little smack, and we got you in, and you have some awesome work. And once again, you want to let everybody know where they can find you, since you are the highlight of the show. So
you can find me at Trevor's Woodshop on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I have a Facebook page as well if you want to go over there and check out any of my stuff, or any questions, or plan sharing or anything like that. Just let me know. I mean, if I have it there, I can definitely help you out.
And Trevor will start drawing up plans as soon as the show's over.
I got my pen in my hand.
We had up over 40 viewers, and for my show, I think that's kind of I don't want to call it a record, but you had a pretty good audience watching you there. So I mean, we were joking about thumbs downs before the show, and you had quite a few people watching. So I appreciate you being our highlighter, dude. And on a personal note, I'm very sorry that we don't talk more often, but I multitask, and yeah, that speaks for itself. Thank you for being on. Thank you, Al Forte, Chris Ahern, Donna Presley, what's his face, Jamie Page, Carl Taylor, Lee Knighton, Mike Murray, Miter Mike, Russell Clarity, and Trevor Carter, and the rest of y'all. I am Charles Daring. We love you. Appreciate you watching. Scroll on.